Today's class is going to be on how Bitcoin is the greatest peer-to-peer ledger system the world has ever seen.
I don't understand. I thought Bitcoin was supposed to act as money, but how does a ledger act as money?
Well, the role of money is just to store and transfer your wealth across time and space. Any form of money is just a societal note that says you did some productive work, stored it, and you can now transact with that in the society for other goods and services. Your bank account operates as a ledger, rarely transacting in physical cash. Let's go through this process. So this is really all that's going to happen inside the bank's own internal ledger. It's going to take $100 from me and send it to you and just add that to your account while subtracting from my account. There's no physical money that moves between us, and there's no physical money that moves locations into a different box in the bank.
Okay, but I don't see the point. Why can't our current system use this? Why is Bitcoin going to be better?
That's a great question and is complicated. That's going to take the rest of the course to fully dive into. But one of Bitcoin's revolutionary computer science breakthroughs was solving the double spend problem without a third party. See, with anything digital, it's easy to create more. I can send you a picture through email and now we both have it, which is great for our vacation photos, but not with money. Prior to Bitcoin, the solution was a trusted institution like your bank, a PayPal, a Visa, that would act as a neutral third party and check the transactions. They would make sure that $100 was subtracted from me and added to your account. However, an extra entity being involved leads to some larger fees and other inefficiencies.
So the banks and processing companies like PayPal and Visa take a big fee to check the transactions while the Bitcoin network does this automatically?
Yeah, while those transactions often have fees of 2 to 3% and much more internationally, Bitcoin transactions often go less than 1% and can get close to zero with the Lightning Network. And this is what makes Bitcoin peer-to-peer as well. I can send it directly to you instead of it going through a bank first.
Okay, that makes sense, but what's the Lightning Network?
We're going to have to cover that in detail in a future lesson, but it helps make Bitcoin transactions faster and cheaper.
But why can't the banks just use this system?
That's a great question, and of course is more complicated than a simple explanation. But I'll give you a taste for what's to come. See, Bitcoin isn't a coin. It's a computer network that is used and secured by millions of people daily. And there can only ever be 21 million full pieces of this network, which also makes it a great form of hard money. See, in our current system, the banks and governments can actually print more money out of nowhere, causing inflation. They can also control accounts, restrict transactions, and overall just have a lot of control over the system. In order to adopt Bitcoin, they would have to give up that control.
So the governments and banks of the world would have to give up being able to print and control money?
Yeah, and can you blame them? If I had those powers, it would be quite tempting to use.
So let me get this straight. Bitcoin allows for anyone, anywhere, to participate in a more efficient payment processing network that the banks and governments can't control or inflate.
Yeah, that's a pretty good summary so far. This, of course, only scratches the surface of the technology, use cases, and how it interacts with our current system. But if you want to learn more, just click on this video on the end screen.